Welcome back, guys, to the F1 Championship Edition career. We're here in, well, for Season 3, of course, here for the European Grand Prix. This is the end of qualifying 2, and I think that time that we've set there was the exact same time that Schumacher set in Q1, although we went quickest on a 27.8, I think it was, that we did in Q1. But hopefully it's going to be dry here in Q2. If you missed the last video, the Grand Prix of San Marino, I've linked it down below in the description if I remembered to. But here we are for the tomorrow's, well, for qualifying to set the top 10 for the for tomorrow's race, as you just heard James Allen saying away. But yeah, we're gonna be on a bit of a easy-ish fuel strategy compared to what we normally do. Let's hope these qualifying laps can be good. Of course, we do 2 runs straight out, and then we go back to garage and then do another couple of runs. So we do 4 qualifying laps in Q3. And do it 2 runs, so 2 laps per run. And maybe this might be good enough to take pole position for the European Grand Prix, because we seem to be on pole for quite a few races. I can't remember if it was for San Marino now, I've forgotten. But yeah, I know we was for Bahrain and Malaysia. We wasn't for San Marino. No, for Melbourne, sorry. I'm still thinking San Marino because that was a dramatic Grand Prix. Or dramatic finish that did include, of course, the provisional pole sitter at the minute, Fisichella. But yeah, and of course going into this race, into the 5th round of the season, we're only 1 point ahead of Michael Schumacher. So if he takes the lead, if he wins the Grand Prix and we finish 2nd, that means Michael's ahead by 1 point. You know, in this championship, which is, well, it's not the dream scenario, but that's probably the worst that I'm hoping could happen for me, to be honest, because it's, you know me, I am a Schumacher fan, but I want to beat him, of course, because he's in that legendary Ferrari. Of course, the Ferrari he almost won the championship with in 2006, but we're coming across the line now for his first lap, and it's going to be a 29.5. I don't think we even need to do another couple of runs, you know, another run or so, but let's try and see if we can improve on this lap time. With this lap here, it's going to be good enough at the minute for pole. But what about when the fuel burns off and, you know, the Ferraris start pumping in some scarily fast lap times? As we nearly slid through the, you know, I can't remember what number it's called, that turn, but we're slower in sector 1 than we was on the previous lap. That's not too much of a problem, as long as we're not slower overall. Alonso's just gone quickest, so it's not good enough for pole, because Alonso can put down such a lap time like that where he can go maybe a 10th or so quicker, I'm not sure. You know, maybe it's more than a 10th, to be honest, but come on, we can beat Fernando. We can beat Fernando, he's not much. Well, he is. We're down to 3rd position now. I've got to stop having that bit of a slide through that part of the corner, well, that part of the track, because that's what puts me off through here. And I'm a 10th quicker in the 2nd sector. Is it going to be enough to try and snag pole position, back off Fernando Alonso, provisional pole, on his final lap of his first run? No, it's not. Right, so that's that over. We're down in 3rd. Oh wait, we're 2 tenths quicker. Right, this is our final run, guys, in qualifying 3. I know there's about 12 minutes left in the session, but can it be enough to take pole position here in the Nürburgring? You know, the legendary Nürburgring. It's not the Nordschleife, but, you know, it's still a pretty scary track. And to be honest, from the previous seasons we've driven a Midland and a Super Aguri here, nothing feels as smooth as this Honda at the minute that I've driven here. Not even when I've done a single race with a Ferrari. You know, it's been, this Honda is probably one of my favourite cars on the game. It's balanced, kind of like the McLaren was on F1 2013. You know, it wasn't always a front runner, but it had enough to get there to be a front runner, but it just wasn't always there. But like here, we're in 3rd position. We still sat in a good position, third on the grid. You know, behind Michael Schumacher and Fernando Alonso, behind a 7-time world champion and, well, Yeah, behind a 7-time world champion and a double world champion. It's just brilliant, because we haven't got a championship yet, have we? But this is the end of his first run. Well, his second run, but his first lap. I don't think that's what we was planning on doing. I'm not sure Alonso did that on his lap as well. But come on, what's it going to be across the line? 29.4. It's not good enough. It's closed the gap, but we're still behind Michael Schumacher as well. So we got turn 1 right. Bit of a slide through there. So I shouldn't have spoke before we got out of turn 1. But yeah, let's see how deep I can go on the brakes around here. Not very deep, because I'm not really risking it, not with the heavy fuel load. Oh, run a bit wide there. That's not going to help us lap time, unless it's track extending. We've gone quicker in sector 1, but oh, we've messed that one up. I think I might go for another qualifying lap after this one. Depends on how long how long it is after this. No, actually no, this will be the last one. Just, yeah, that's not a good exit from there. I think we're going to be on for 3rd position, guys. 3rd position, unless I can get this final few sectors right. Can we get it? See what we can do at the end of the 2nd sector though. If we're going to be up or down. I've got that feeling we might be down on this previous best, of course. Yeah, we're going to be down by about 7/10. Bugger off. I can't be that slower on my previous best. Not unless I made a big mistake, because we kept to the racing surface this time. But yeah, it's around the final corner. Yeah, it's not going to be pole position. Let's go for another lap. Yeah, screw it, let's go for another lap. It might make the video a bit longer, but yeah. As we muck turn 1 up again. Don't spin it though. There we go. If I spun it, then I would have just ended it there. But yeah, this is another lap we'll do. 3 qualifying laps in Q3. Well, 5 altogether. Well, no. It'll be 4, won't it, this one? So we didn't complete the last one. Well, we didn't complete the second run. We're down at the end of sector 1. But we got this corner a bit right, so this heavy fuel load's not really helping the Honda. But yeah, this will be the last qualifying lap. I've spent nearly 8 minutes in qualifying. But it's just what you want to do, you know, battle for pole position. Let's see if we can get this chicane right. Yes, we can. We didn't need to hit the apex there on that exit of that chicane, but you know. Nice slide through there. It's not perfect, but if you want to slide, you want it something like that that's going to help you turn in. We're down on the sector 2 time, but to be honest, we might be down on sector 2, but we don't know if we're going to be overall quickest. We're through this chicane. I'm surprised that wasn't corner cutting. Final corner. Here we go. What's it going to be? Is it going to be good enough? Yes, it is. It's going to be good enough for pole position. Let's return to garage and end session. Is it going to be pole? Yes, it is. Pole position here today. You see, I'm happy we went for that final lap. It's going to be pole position. Here we go. That's the top 10, and that's our fastest time. And yes, our Q2 time was the same time Schumacher put in Q1. So yeah, that's brilliant. So yeah, we're on pole position. Our teammates down in 9th. Let's get on with the race now, guys. Sorry that it's been a bit of a long video with qualifying, but that was worth it. The world famous Nürburgring, like Brundle's just said. Let's get on with the race now. There's the track. And we're on pole position. Yet again this season. Pole position. The lights are coming on now. Is it going to be enough to take pole position? Well, take a race win as well. The lights are on. So away we go. We're going to say it's a long pause, but away we go for the start of the European Grand Prix. And I'm just watching back here. Can Schumacher challenge Fernando Alonso? I don't know if he can, but we mess up turn 1 a little bit, but we're out in the lead. That's good enough for us. I'm happy to finish this race now. And I'm not meaning with a mechanical failure. I'm happy to finish where I am at the minute. Because we've got a decent race here. We've got a decent car. I'm decent at this track. That's the end of sector 1 and we're still in the lead, so that's promising for us today, because we've got a bit of grip back now in this Honda. And look at all the cars fighting for position, and we've got I think it might be a Williams at the back of the pack, maybe with a puncture or something. I hope it's not Rosberg. Well, I'm not saying I hope it's Webber neither, I just don't want it to be, you know, any other Williams. I don't want any of them to have a problem, sorry. But yeah, of course, I've brought up we'll bring up another point as well, that Ferrari are yet to win a Grand Prix this season, and yet they're still challenging us, well, me, for the Drivers' Championship at the minute, which is impressive. But here comes Fernando Alonso with the speed in that Renault. I think it's the R26 that one is, but we're good out of that final, well, out of that chicane. Are we better out of this final corner? Yes, we are. That's good for us. As now we cross the line at the end of the first lap, we're still in the lead, about a second on Alonso. Thankfully there's no DRS, but then again DRS will be you know, enabled after the second lap anyway. But this is when drivers were drivers, you know, they didn't have any driving aids like DRS or KERS or stuff like that. This is when Formula 1, in my opinion, was, you know, excellent. Not that it's not now, but there's a car, I think that's Midland, that's out of the Grand Prix. Our old team, which we haven't seemed to be looked towards since we've joined Honda and moved to the front of the grid. But there's going to be oil down there at on the exit turn 1 or something like that, so we're going to have to watch out for that this time by. And as we're coming up on back of this Williams, it's still trundling around. It's definitely going to be a Williams. Yes, it is. I'm not sure which Williams it is, but I've managed to gain some time there with him holding Alonso up. You know, I know that sounds bad there, but we've got a 1.5 second lead now, and it's going to be good enough to take this chicane the way we want this time. You know, fast and furious without having to go defensive. Here we go, final corner, a bit deep there, but you know, we've got a good run out, and it's going to be his pit stop lap this time by. We're going to be stopping, and if we just set a lap record here, I think we have done. Just got the fastest lap of the race. Nice one. We slide in there. Well, no, we went over the curb. We now lead the race, yep, but we've been leading since lap 1. I think Montoya's made a pit stop. There we go. If we make a decent... Alonso seems to be running wide through that part of the that part of the track. I don't know if it's helping him or not. I don't think it is, but... Ooh. Can we get... Okay, stop focusing on what's happening behind and focus on what's going ahead, because now we're under a second ahead of Fernando Alonso. And we're going head to head with a Renault and a Ferrari this time. We need to make a decent pit stop here, guys, that's for sure. I would like to make a decent pit stop. I doubt Williams has finally made it to his pit box, or he might have retired. Oh, the levels of grip that you're getting, yep. I remember that from San Marino. Now we're going to have to go defensive into this chicane now, because look where Fernando Alonso is. Here he comes. I'm just going to hold my line here. And we run deep. But he's right there. Is he going to pit when we are? Yes, he is. Don't want to miss the pit box or crash into the wall there. There's both of them coming behind me, as we're going to make our first and only pit stop of the day, of course. This is our pit crew, yes. Come on, let's make a... Come on, guys. Let's have a decent pit stop here. Yes, it's going to be looking good. No, I've missed it, no. No. We're out. No, we're out ahead. We missed a button, but we're still out ahead. We're still out ahead here. And of course, Jenson Button's up in 4th position. Not sure how bad of a Grand Prix Jenson's had, but I don't think it's cost us any positions really, because the gap between Massa and Fisichella, because Alonso and Michael pitted when we did, so yeah. I think that might be good enough for us to probably win the Grand Prix now. All we need to do is just keep it steady. You never know, Jenson might be staying out. He might pit on first lap and had incredible pace in his Honda. But it looks like Alonso, no, Montoya's just jumped Michael, so that's going to help us in the championship now. Can we win, well, as third Grand Prix of the season? Yeah, can we win a third Grand Prix of the season here? I don't know if we can or not, but Alonso's going to try to stop that, but you know. I'm hoping to have a, be far enough ahead of Fernando. Well, no, I'm not going to be far enough ahead of Fernando for this chicane. I just need to defend like hell now. Defend like life depends on it, or like a world championship depends on it. But we're decent through that chicane. At least it's not like Fisichella where he just rams into the back of us. Because Fisichella does that. And yeah, we're going to be out in the lead, of course. Yes, we take the lead in this Grand Prix. For the last 2 laps of the Grand Prix, 2 to go here in the Nürburgring. For the Grand Prix of Europe. Oh no, Alonso's just gone up the inside, he's dive bombed us. I did not expect to see him there for Fernando. Ooh, you scared the life out of me, mate. Whoa, it's great Titanic battle here, epic racing. Oh, he scared me, I didn't expect him to go on the inside. Whew. Okay, Fernando, play fair now, come on. If you're going to win the Grand Prix, don't dive bomb me down on the inside, but yeah. Whew. Tell you, that was scary. I didn't expect to see a bright blue and yellow Renault down there. That was, wow. Whoa. But here we go, we're coming up to the centre. Well, no, not the centre S, the Schumacher chicane now. Is it the Schumacher S, one of the two? Because I know they named it after Michael. I don't know if they named it during his Grand Prix career. But yeah, we've got a decent lead now on Fernando. After we, broke away at the end of turn 1. But yeah, it's coming round to start the final lap of the Grand Prix now. I'm glad we have not had any real problems here. It's been the cleanest season so far. We have crashed into people. Oh, they've crashed into us as well. No damage is done to us. We're alright. So we start. I let Brundle do that, but now hopefully Alonso will not go and have a dive bomb down into turn 1 now. Stay back, Fernando. Yes, he's not dive bombing us there. 1 lap to go here in the European Grand Prix, and what's happened to Michael? Michael's not in the top 3 anymore. I think Fisichella and Massa's, jumped Michael in the pit stop, so we're going to be leading the championship by a while now. Hopefully it's going to be Alonso that's going to be in 2nd place in the championship, but I would like to beat Michael Schumacher to a world championship, of course. But it's going to relieve a bit of pressure that we're going to have a few points ahead of Michael. He should be still finishing the Grand Prix, but behind Fisichella in 6th. But yeah, here we go, guys, coming round to the end of the 2nd sector, and we're still in the lead of this Grand Prix. Oh, we're getting some wear on the tyres now. 106.8 through the the 2nd sector. Here comes Fernando Alonso. He's going to have a last corner attempt in it to try and win this Grand Prix, but it's not good enough. We're going to do it. We're going to win it. We're going to win the European Grand Prix and get back on track for our World Championship title here. We win the European Grand Prix. Great job there. Yes. We did it. We did it. Yes. Alonso does finish 2nd. Schumacher in 6th position. Raikkonen 7th. Ralf Schumacher in 8th. Jenson Button in 9th. And what a Grand Prix that was. We win the European Grand Prix for Honda. That's the 3rd Grand Prix of the season, and we're back to winning ways. Rosberg, Villeneuve and Coulthard both out of the all out of the Grand Prix, sadly. And there we are. We've got a 6-point lead on Alonso, and I'm going to have to work that one out with an 8-point lead on Michael Schumacher that we've got now. And where's Renault in the constructors? Well, we're still 3rd, but Ferrari are dominating the constructors, and there's Michael. But we're going to be on the podium again. Yes! This time we're not going to go to the menu and the game. The main menu of the career mode. We're just going to have the podium here. There we are. The Nürburgring. And I'll shut up for the anthem. Yes, we win the Grand Prix, guys, and I will thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the Grand Prix in Spain. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.